Okay, we're going to talk about our Penstemon. So there's two species here, Penstemon digitalis and Penstemon calicosus. So that's calico, beard's tongue, and digitalis. I don't know what do they call that. There's a bumblebee. He doesn't care what you call it. She, I should say. Because at this time of year, I think you're only going to have females. So this pink one, lower pink one, beautiful, right? That's calicosus, calico. A very, very nice plant. You know, one thing about these plants, the taller one in the back is digitalis. So digitalis is a little taller. My experience, they bloom a little later, but this year they're blooming at the same time. These are evergreen, and they're deer resistant and rabbit resistant, and they grow in the shade. They don't need full sun, just need a little sun. So, I mean, geez, what do you want in a plant? And there's 5 species that grow on the East Coast, as far as I know, and I grow 3 of them. The other one is hairy beard's tongue. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Believe it or not, there's almost 300 species in the U.S., and I think they may well be, every species may be in the U.S. So the hummingbirds love this. This year, for whatever reason, the hummingbirds are here a little early, and they're so happy to have these guys in bloom. As you can see, the bumblebees, look at, they're fighting over it. Bumblebees love it. Certain moths, anything with a long tongue, carpenter bees love it too, but they steal the nectar. They bite a little hole on the base of the flower and suck the nectar out. And they don't help the plant because they don't pollinate it that way. See if we can get this little bumblebee in here. So this is getting towards the end of May. They're in full bloom. Absolutely beautiful. Deer resistant, rabbit resistant, evergreen, very hardy, easy from seed, and I'm going to show you that. They do need a little bit of a stratification, about a month of cold before you plant them, or you plant them and keep them cold for at least a month. And all my Penstemon, I'm literally, in this garden I have quite a few, but I have that huge garden over in the county park, and I literally have hundreds of these because they're so valuable early in the season. Penstemon digitalis and calicosus, 2 really wonderful plants, native plants to the East Coast. You should have these in your garden. No matter where you live in the United States, there are Penstemon species that are native to your area. So check them out. So this is Penstemon hirsutus. This is hairy beard's tongue. So this is the earliest one that I grow. It comes up, it's evergreen, so it's up pretty much all winter. You know, depending on a really cold winter, it's not a beautiful evergreen, but you can see it, and it starts to bloom by the middle of May or earlier. So I grew this from seed, very easy from seed. I'm going to show you that a little later on in this video. It's only 18 inches tall. The pollinators absolutely love it. And it's important. It's important for the early bees, especially the pregnant bumblebees that are just emerging from the winter, and they need nectar and pollen really bad to start their colonies. So this is an important plant for that. This is one that I highly recommend, deer and rabbit resistant. I throw this all over my native gardens, even those that are in places that have a lot of deer, and they don't get eaten. You know, maybe a couple of stems get tasted once in a while, but they generally don't eat it. Easy from seed. I'm going to show you that in a little while. And it's so pretty. It's a pretty pink. Very reliable. This is a great Penstemon. This one you should definitely grow. So this is another one that I recommend, and we'll look at one more, and then I'm going to show you how to grow Penstemon from seed. Very simple. You can grow 100 plants for next to no money. So cool. Here is cultivar, nativar of, I believe, the digitalis, Penstemon digitalis. It's got maroonish colored leaves and very pink flowers. So it could be from one of the other species. As you can see, the bees love it. A couple of big old carpenter bees and a little, could be a brown belted bumblebee over here. So it's just full of pollinators. And hummingbirds like this one too. I had a hummingbird here the other day. So, I mean, it may not be a straight species. The animals treat it as such, you know. Very, very pretty. Tons of flowers, as you can see. This is towards the end of May. This one bloomed earlier than the digitalis, so I'm not really sure who the parent or parents are of this one. And like I said, it just showed up. Now in front of it here, if you can see this, are some really dark maroon leaf clones. I collected these seeds in a native plant garden, and I like it, but it's much shorter, and it's not quite in bloom yet. So I'm not really sure who the parents or parent of this plant is, but overall, this is a really beautiful plant, something that you should probably consider growing. They sell a bunch of cultivars like this as well. You know, these are in the garden center, and they have named varieties. These plants just showed up. Like I said, I didn't plant them, so they're really nice. Okay, let's talk about growing any of these penstemon, you know, digitalis, calicosus, hirsutus from seed. Very easy. Let me show you. First of all, there's some seed I had collected a couple of years ago, honestly, and it's still good. Okay, this is what it kind of looks like. All right. Now, if I break open one of these little things, I don't know if you can see that, but that's out of one. That's 100, 200 seeds out of one. Okay. So what I would do, I would winter sow it. They need to be stratified, not for a long period of time. So you could even do this in the refrigerator if you wanted. But so this is what I usually use. I use I don't know, what is this, a half-gallon milk container, holes drilled in the bottom. I would fill this with soil, put these seeds in it, sprinkle these seeds in it, close it up, tape it up, mark it, you know, Penstemon, whatever, and then put it outside for the winter. And in the springtime, this is what you would get. Too many seeds. That's what you would get. So be very sparingly unless you want a ton of seeds. And you can see some are missing here. That's because I have put them in flats, and now these will grow. This is May. I did this towards the end of May. All right. And by the end of the summer, you will have this. Okay. Now these should have been planted out in the fall. And I did plant a bunch of them out in the fall. And the ones that I planted in the fall already have some flowers on them this spring. Now, because these were never planted out and they're kind of stunted in these pots, I'll put them out now. These will bloom next year. These are hirsutus hairy penstemon. These are the earliest ones. They're 18 inches tall. They're nice for the front of the border. I've shown them to you, but I'll show you another picture. Absolutely beautiful. So this is what you would end up with from these at the end of the summer. From these tiny little seeds. Okay, very, very easy from seed. And like I said, if I would have put those, planted them out in the fall, I would have some flowers this spring. So that's how you grow these from seed. Easiest thing in the world. Even these, these are seedlings, like I said, from last year. I've been planting, had a lot of them. As you can see, you get a lot of them. And I put these in natural areas because the deer don't eat them. And they're so beautiful when they're blooming, you know. Now I'll put these out now in May, and next May these will all be nice big full plants and in bloom. So this is Penstemon hirsutus, hairy beard's tongue. That is, this is its second year. So this was a seedling. I planted the seed in the fall of 2023. In the spring of 2024, I separated the seedlings and planted them in little cell packs. And then later that summer, I planted the plant out. In 2025, it had probably half this many flowers. And this is 2026. And you can see what it looks like. This is one single plant. This is a single seedling. So this is an easy plant to grow from seed. You can grow lots of them. So to recap, let's talk about why penstemon are important for your garden, why you should grow them. For one thing, they're beautiful. Look how pretty these are, absolutely beautiful. The next reason is they are so easy to grow. These are plants that I grew from seed. I have lots of them. They're the easiest plant to grow from seed. And I showed you that earlier in this video. So make sure you give that a shot. Another reason is they're really important for wildlife. So they are the host plant to several different moths and also a couple of species of checker spot butterflies. So that's another reason. One of the most important reasons, I guess we're a little far, but there are bumblebees all over here. So this is one of the first plants to bloom in the late spring, and the pregnant female bumblebees are coming out. They need nectar, they need pollen, they need to start a new colony to keep their species going. So it's important to have plants that the bees and the bumblebees and the butterflies can get nectar and pollen from. And this is one of the best. There are, like I said, 280 species, close to 300 species of these all over the United States. So there's definitely some species by you for you to put in your native plant garden. So this is a great plant. There's lots of reasons. Deer are not going to eat it. The rabbits aren't going to eat it. I've never had a woodchuck eat it. This is a really good plant for your native plant garden. It provides a lot of food for the animals. It's beautiful for your garden. This is really something that you should consider putting in your garden. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. You know, I'll answer them. If I don't know the answers, I'll find out for you. And let me know what you're doing and what you want to do in your native plant garden. And, you know, we'll try to do it on the next one. See you later.